こんにちは、バスです。
ニックです。今日はイギリスでしてはいけないことをシェアします。
楽しんでね。Hey guys, we're back. How is everybody?
Hope you've all had a great couple of weeks. Thanks so much for your reception on our last video. We've had some amazing comments and some great feedback.
Yeah.
And it's really great to know everyone's enjoying it so much.
Yeah, it's great to read all the responses on the comment section. How have you been, Nick?
I've been great, actually.
Yeah?
Been busy with work, but I've had a chance to go on a little holiday for a couple of days on a cruise.
Nice.
Just around the English Channel, which was very relaxing, actually.
Ah, that's
very nice. How about yourself?
Yeah, I've been good. Studying, working, and I've been to Spain for a weekend.
Spain.
A friend's stag do, yeah.
And we all know from the last video that Bas is fluent in Spanish.
I speak Spanish. I learnt Spanish 15 years ago, and it turns out I don't remember any of it.
Obviously didn't learn it as well as you thought you did.
I'm definitely, you can take that off the list.
Today we'd like to talk about 6 things that you should never do when you visit the UK.
So every country has their own little unwritten rules. Things that people don't do that as tourists, when you go there, you just don't know, you're not aware of. So we're going to talk about them today and try and
stop anyone from getting into trouble when they visit the UK.
Yeah.
Number 1 on our list is don't refer to places in the UK as England. So if you're visiting Scotland or Wales,
Northern Ireland,
don't refer to them as England.
Yeah, they don't like that much. They don't like the English very much. So, referring to Scotland or Wales, they have their own very strong identity as nations,
yeah.
And they don't like the English, and they don't like being called English. So
very proud people, I suppose. Like they want to be associated with their country.
In that relationship, England is the more dominant country in the UK. So everybody, well, some people wrongly think that the UK is England or England is the UK, and they don't like that much at all. That's a very easy way to
upset a Scotsman.
Upset somebody, yeah.
Definitely in Scotland. Scotland in particular I find is the one that really do not like being associated with England too much. So
I think the Welsh as well then.
Oh really?
Oh mate, yeah, the Welsh don't like the England. I was on a train last October going to Cardiff for the football, and Scotland were playing Wales in the rugby. I was on a train full of Scottish, full of Welsh, and there was Leicester fans on there, just English guys, and we had to listen for a good half an hour about the Scottish and the Welsh, how they were talking about how much they hate the English.
Really?
And we were all sat there like,
what have we done? What could we have done to upset them in the last?
There's been plenty of conflict, plenty of wars in the past, but It's been pretty quiet for the last 200-300 years.
I think it's more political now as well.
Yeah.
It's a political issue which we won't get into because it's,
it's
a whole can of worms, just like Brexit was.
The next one is do not stand on the left-hand side of escalators.
Yeah. London's a very, very busy city, and
yes.
People are trying to get to places very, very quickly. So in England, well in London in particular, the right-hand side is reserved for standing generally, so that people can run up the left-hand side, which is great for businessmen trying to get to places.
Even at weekends. I've been down to London at weekends. As a tourist, people still get really, really annoyed and irritated if you're standing on the left-hand side.
A lot of English people won't be openly aggressive, but you could get a lot of like backhanded comments.
Yeah, well they say, move out of the way, or things like that.
Do you mind?
Yeah, do you mind? But we've done a bit of research on this, because you said that in Japan, do they stand on the left or on the right? It's the same as Osaka, isn't it? So the UK is like Osaka. People stand on the right and let them pass on the left.
That's right, yeah.
Whereas in Tokyo,
it's the other way around.
Interesting.
So, something to be aware of.
Yeah.
Anyone from Kansai is fine. Just do as you normally do, but if you're from Tokyo...
Tourists from Tokyo are going to be in trouble.
Yeah, it's not a major thing, but you will get people making comments, so yeah, it's something to look out for. Number 3 on our list is about eating, actually. In England, it's very rude to make noises when you're eating your food. So this only really applies to noodles in Japan.
Yeah.
It's quite common to slurp noodles as I think it's almost like a sign of appreciation.
Right.
But in England, that's totally frowned upon.
Yeah, you don't want to hear somebody else eating.
Yeah.
You don't want to see them eating. I hate it when people eat with their mouth open.
Yeah.
I know a few guys that eat with their mouth open. It just really annoys me.
And likewise for talking with food in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just dinner etiquette, isn't it? So I mean it's quite a big thing in England. I think you'd be seen as uncivilized.
Yeah.
I think if you were to be eating loudly.
We love food, we love to eat, but we don't want to hear you doing it. Okay, so number 4 on the list is cycling on the pavements.
You don't really see that a lot in England, do you?
No.
It's completely different Japan, specifically Osaka.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't like about Osaka, literally, if you had to find one thing I didn't like, it was the cyclists that cycled up behind you on the pavement and then at the last minute hit their brakes. They had really squeaky brakes. It used to scare the life out of me.
Yeah, it's completely different to what we're used to because we always have like bike lanes.
Yeah, bike lanes or just cycle on the road.
Or on the road, so it's like, do bikes get priority on the road, don't they?
In Holland they definitely do.
Yeah, in Holland, bikes have priority
Bikes
over
are like
anyone,
God.
don't they?
Yeah, they're like, in India, like cows are holy. Like in Holland, cyclists are holy. If you hit a cyclist in Holland, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
In the UK, I think all the traffic on the road has the same kind of priority.
Yeah.
So they just look out for each other and be aware of each other.
Yeah, but it is actually illegal, so you don't want to get caught doing it.
Nope, it's a on-the-spot fine of £30, which is about $40 if you're cycling or caught cycling down the pavement. Well, I think that's a great law because I really don't want to mix with cyclists on a pavement. They're quite narrow.
Yeah, for your safety, I think it's an absolutely essential thing.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever been hit by a bike in Japan or anywhere else, but I do feel a little bit more safe knowing they have their own spot on the road.
Yeah, and not where pedestrians walk.
So number 5 on our list is a bit of a different one actually. It's actually a gesture. So it's very common in Japan to see people flipping the V's like that, peace sign. If you actually turn that around in England, it's super offensive.
Yeah, it's very offensive.
So there's the universal middle finger
Yeah,
swear.
flipping the bird is basically what that is, giving them the finger.
It's basically a physical way of saying don't be caught doing that, really.
Well, it kind of depends. I mean, if you're posing for a picture and you're doing that or you're doing that, it's kind of okay. I think it's the body language, the demeanour and the facial expression that goes with it when you're telling someone to F you.
Yeah.
That's, if you're bringing it out here, that is an offensive gesture. And I think it all goes back, it's a historical thing, isn't it? Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. It's a bit of an urban legend, I think.
Yeah, well, the myth is, and I understand the logic, the myth is that during the 100 Years' War between England and France, the English used to have longbowmen. They were archers with very, very tall bows, about 1.80 m, and they were very effective against the French. The French really didn't like them at all. So if any of these longbowmen were captured, they would cut off their bow fingers.
Yep.
Cut off this finger, so they could no longer fire a bow. Which means that the English longbowmen in the field of battle, to taunt the French, would give them that, which is a you.
We've still got these.
We've still got our fingers and we're going to use them. So it's been an offensive gesture ever since then.
And kind of a victorious one, which leads down to Winston Churchill in the Second World War, who was famous.
Was it that? Or was it that?
I think it was that, which is V for victory.
Yeah.
But obviously it's taken different connotations since.
Cigar there as well, usually, isn't it?
Normally, yeah.
So it's a statement of victory to me and not to you, or it's a statement of I've still got these.
Yeah.
So on to point number 6, which is saunas, right? In Europe, it's very common for saunas and spa days where men and women will share the same area, the same baths, the same saunas, and it's very common for everybody to walk around naked.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, spa days and saunas, very normal. Again, unisex, both genders are there. However, to go in there naked would be highly offensive.
Probably illegal.
Probably illegal for indecent exposure, and you'll definitely be kicked out and maybe have the police called on you.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different in Japan because most of the onsen and the sento are gender split.
Right, okay.
So it's totally normal for people to be walking around exposed.
Yeah, because I mean, we went to some baths in Japan, didn't we?
In Yokohama.
In Yokohama, we went there, and yeah, it was just men, and it was all naked.
Which is totally normal. I think there are mixed baths in Japan, but I think they'd probably go under like different rules.
Swimsuits.
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But in England, like, I think even if it was all men, then it'd probably just be
England, swimsuit only. Europe, no swimsuit.
Most of Europe. Make sure check the country before you go.
Yeah,
I don't want any of our viewers getting arrested.
I know for certain that the Dutch, the Germans, the Austrians, they all go in naked and they look at you like an alien if you turn up with a swimsuit.
Yeah. So those are our top 6 things that we feel you should never do when you visit the UK. So hopefully you've learned something today and hopefully you know what to avoid next time you're here.
So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of this kind of content, hit the like button. And if you've got any suggestions, leave a comment.
And if you want to keep up to date with all of our future videos, please subscribe to our channel and follow us both on Instagram, and you see the accounts somewhere along here. We'll try and be more active on it. We've been a little bit lazy with Instagram recently, but we will get more active on there.
We've been 2 Gaijin, and we'll see you again soon.
Matane!